Ah, oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Hello everyone, Disaster Wolf Art here, and today I'll be talking about AI art and giving my personal opinions on it. So, during the past couple of years, we've seen the rise of AI art and the many programs that generate it, such as Dream by Wombo, Starry AI, and Jasper Art. These started as simple little apps for people to use in order to create cool images from very short prompts. But since then, AI art has only continued to grow and develop at a very rapid pace, and it's starting to become a very serious issue for many artists. But before we get into these issues, I think we should briefly talk about what AI art is and how it works.
Oh shit, what is that? Who you fighting?
So AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, meaning that AI art is made purely from digital programs. These computer programs basically take a list of prompts that you make and they generate a new image, and it's trained by studying different art pieces found on the internet. It'll then store that data, which will be ready to use when someone writes down a prompt. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's just my basic understanding of it. But anyways, a lot of people are wondering if it should be considered real art or not in the first place. My general opinion on that is, it should, actually. Look, I know people are gonna hate me for saying this, but just let me cook. Art has evolved throughout the years so much that there's almost no way of creating a complete definition for it. Art can mean many things, like painting, digital art, interpretive dance, like, it can literally be anything. And I feel like there's no real way to say that AI art isn't art. However, just because you use prompts to generate AI art doesn't mean that it's your art. You see, the people who say that they're AI artists aren't really artists. Yes, they come up with the prompts and guidelines for the final piece, but they didn't draw these images at all. If anything, the computer is the actual artist, I guess you could call it, but that's only because it has a bunch of data in it already.
I mean, it's alright, like, overrated as fuck in my opinion. I mean,
so I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I don't really know how to feel about AI art as a whole. I know that most people have a very hard set opinion on these kinds of things, but I see both the value and the dangers of the advancement in AI technology, including its involvement in the art community. So I thought I'd just talk about what I and many other artists on both sides have to say. So let's start with the good stuff, and I have two main general kind of, good things to say about AI art. So the first one is that it's just a really fun tool for personal use. I have many friends who have used it to generate super cool versions of their own pictures and really cool art in general. Honestly, personally, I just don't see personal use as like doing much harm, because at the end of the day, you're not making any money off of it, stuff like that. So yeah. Look, personally, I'm just not going to be upset if you just want to generate some big ol' anime wholesome content. What you think I was going to say, huh? Weirdo.
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
But my second reasoning is that it can be used as a valuable tool for artists. It can help artists by allowing them to bounce off of the ideas that the program creates. They can use it to study things like composition, color, poses, character design elements, and so much more. Heck, I've even heard about some animators using artificial intelligence for small things like lighting, which just makes sense. They're still the ones animating and making the models, they're just using it as a tool to make it a little faster and easier. But now let's hop onto the bad stuff. So my first reasoning for why it's bad is because it's, in a way, kind of using stolen art. So hear me out, art is basically being taken and used for these programs without the artist's consent. Heck, DeviantArt even announced their own AI generator called Dream Up, and the people at DeviantArt decided to give artists the opinion to opt out of having their art used in the program, which sounds good on paper, but this caused some major backlash from artists, and rightfully so. You see, artists had to go in and fill in a form for each individual drawing that they've uploaded to the site, and they have to wait at most, I think it was like 10 days to get it reviewed. And that's just to get it reviewed, that's not even to confirm that it will not be used. After the backlash, I heard that DeviantArt changed their minds and made all of the uploaded drawings automatically opted out, and artists would have to manually opt in if they were fine with it. I could be wrong, but that's just what I've heard on the internet. Don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't be mad at me if I'm wrong. Also, side note, Apparently, Netflix also basically used AI to create background art for an anime after laying off a bunch of artists. And then they had the gall to claim that there was a labor shortage. Sounds about right. Artists, especially anime creators, are already struggling due to not being paid enough. Looking at you, Rooster Teeth and Crunchyroll. So the fact that these companies are starting to move towards not paying them at all is crazy to me. But that's the industry for you. They would rather just push out a surplus of garbage rather than dial it back and pay the animators to get a quality result. So my second reasoning for it being bad is scammers. So if you've recently been on the absolute hellscape that is Twitter, you've probably seen or heard of artists selling commissions. Many people, from simple art enjoyers to VTubers, commission artists to make drawings for them, which is perfectly fine on its own. However, this was also a very attractive idea to AI artists, quotation marks again, who wanted to make some money. So instead of taking commissions for the things that they actually intend to draw themselves, they basically just use the AI programs and sell the results to buyers. Now, this is actually not a huge issue in itself for me. I don't mind someone selling commissions for AI art. Make your bank however you need to. My issue is that usually these people are lying about where the art is coming from. They tend to claim that they were the ones that drew it and it's their own creative vision, of course with the help of the commissioners, but they basically say that they do it themselves and that it's their own work. In my opinion, anyone who does this and lies about it is fucking scamming people. Some people are probably going to say that it's the same as human artists referencing someone else's art to make their own creative works, but it's really not the same at all because humans are not computers. We can try to copy things and get pretty damn close when it comes to copying someone else's style, someone else's work, but at the end of the day, we are human and we make mistakes, and that is literally the whole reason why people can tell if something is copied or not. It's just not the same principle, dude. It's just not the same principle. It's not the same principle.
So,
No, I'm saying
what now?
So the real question is, what can artists do against AI art? So let me start by saying this. Do not let AI art stop you from drawing. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Do not let AI art stop you from drawing. Art is a beautiful thing, and you shouldn't let this panic make you want to quit. And that goes for every artist, whether you do it for fun or you're a professional. I understand that you may be afraid, but there will always be value in your craft because you, a human being, are putting something on that page or that canvas or that screen, whatever it is, that wasn't there before. You're the one making the choices and drawing the lines. That will always count for something. Now, when it comes to preventing your art from being used for AI, I don't have much of a solution. Certain websites like DeviantArt will give you the option to opt out, but there's no guarantee that someone else won't use it. Side note, I have heard some people saying that if you use a static filter on your art, the AI programs will have a harder time using it. And while that may be true and why I can see that happening, I doubt anyone really wants to do that. I mean, I know I don't. Plus, I feel like we shouldn't have to do that in the first place. If artists don't want their art to be used in a program, don't use it. Duh. But other than that, it's just like, I don't really have any alternative option. But yeah, I really wish I had a better solution, but I don't, unfortunately. Okay, so here's the thing. People who claim that we no longer need human artists just because AI art now exists, they just don't understand that the only reason why AI art exists in the first place is because of human artists. And they don't understand that one of the most important aspects of art is the human touch that we give it. Every drawing created by a human artist has a story behind it, from the reason for its creation to the stylistic choices that were made to every individual stroke and line that was put into making it. AI art can look super pretty, there's no denying that. But there is no story put into it, no blood, sweat, and tears, no human touches. At its core, it can be pretty soulless, even if it does look prettier than what somebody actually puts out there. Again, it can look amazing, but it also shouldn't take away from the work that human artists make. Like I said earlier in this video, I don't know what to make of this whole AI art situation. On one hand, it can be used as a really useful tool and can be really fun to use. But on the other hand, it can be abused by the people who just want to make a quick buck and end up scamming people. I'm both curious to see what new developments come from it and a little scared for my future career as a professional artist. But at this point, all I can do is keep moving forward to improve my skills and work towards my goal, regardless of how far AI art goes, because it's my passion that drives me to do what I do. It's my passion that makes me want to make these videos, that makes me want to make stickers, that makes me want to draw, that makes me want to work on the stories that I want to tell in the future. And I know that my solution isn't everyone else's. Not everyone else can afford to just wait and see what happens like I can. But I still hope that you just keep moving forward with your art and your own development so that you can go on doing what you love. But what do you guys think? Are you worried about the future of art, or do you think that AI art will eventually die out? Make sure to let me know in the comments. But anyways, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and slap that little gray bell so you get all the newest notifications. That's all for today, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!